So Marcus and I have been playing Jamboree TV, the Switch 2 add-on for Super Mario Party Jamboree. And so far, we're having some fun with it. I think the new modes and features that they add to this are pretty fun, but at the same time, it does leave a lot to be desired, and it is lacking in a lot of ways. It doesn't add certain things that we've been wanting, and some of the design choices are very weird. But we're gonna start off by talking about the mouse mode functionality, since that is something that I'm actually very impressed by. Since it's really cool having like multiplayer mouse mini games. Like you could play like the regular ones online, and then you could also do Carnival Coaster, which is pretty fun as well, where it's basically kind of like you're going on a coaster and you have to like shoot down like different like Mario enemies and things like Bitty Buds and Sniffits and things like that. I think it's pretty fun. It's like a little shoot 'em up thing, and you have like mini games in between. But I am definitely impressed by the mouse modes here. I think the HD Rumble 2 also feels really good with this. But Marcus, you can kind of talk about this a little bit too with your experience.
Yeah, yeah. So far the mouse controls on the Jamboree is really great so far, and yeah, I did try certain amounts of the mouse mini games, such as the, of course, there's one game called Chef Hockey, which is basically like a ice hockey, but you can just use the mouse to like hockey on around. Or we have the Bomb Makeover, where you can just shaking your Joy-Con to refill your spray can and spring all around the bombs, or maybe the Goomba, where maybe the one game called Goomba Scoopas, where you can just like scoop out all the Goombas and everything. And of course, there's other mini games that I yet to try. But so far, yeah, it is a really good start for the utilization of the mouse controls on the Switch 2.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I hope that there will be like a lot of games will start to using this type of like the mouse controls thing. And yeah, certainly, of course, we have the Carnival Coaster as well. Yeah, most of the games are actually from the Carnival Coaster, which is quite fun for me. But yeah.
I definitely hope more games utilize mouse support as well, because I feel like Nintendo's been using it in very creative ways. Like, I think it's cool how you could play like the co-op with Donkey Kong Bonanza using them. And then even like for third-party games like Cyberpunk 2077, like shooting in the game is like really easy using the mouse controls and also using the camera. So I think there's a lot of good utilizations, but I think like the mini games here take it to another level, I would say. But another fun little thing that it does here is with Bowser Live. Bowser Live has like a mixture of camera and microphone minigames. The microphone minigames kind of bring me back to Mario Party 6 and 7, but they're a lot better than they were in Mario Party 6 and 7. I think they're pretty fun, and I like the thing where you could like cheer for Bowser. We're like, yeah, baby, it's Bowser time. But but the camera minigames are pretty fun as well. Like with hitting the question block and doing like Simon Says with the talking flower. There's like a lot of fun and creative uses of the camera here, and it works surprisingly well from what I've played of it so far. So I definitely think it's a creative use of the camera here. And I'm glad that Nintendo lets you use any USB-C camera for the Nintendo Switch 2, so you could really like play these minigames really easily just with like any webcam. So I think that's pretty cool that they have that there. And I like the theming of Bowser Live too, like Bowser getting like a full mode here that's not like terrible like it was in Mario Party 10. So I definitely like the theming and everything with Bowser Live. So I definitely think that mode is pretty fun.
Yeah, the microphones are really, really cool too. Yeah, the microphone controllers in this Bowser Live is quite cool, and I literally scream all over in my room. So yeah, it's quite fun as well. So
you can get up like really close to your Switch 2 and just yell into the mic and just get extra points.
Or me myself who using a third-party webcam where there's a built-in microphone, I just literally scream at it. Like it's quite funny.
And then in the game, it like shows the inside of your mouth. Like, but yeah,
like Yeah, it could be even wild if I turn on my camera. So yeah, I'll just wait and see and what happens if I using the camera soon. So
Yeah.
all right.
But one disappointing thing about Bowser Live and Carnival Coaster is the fact that they lack online support. These are both fun modes, and I played both of them, like, with someone else, like, in person, but unfortunately, you can't do it online, and I can at least understand a little bit why they would restrict online, but at the same time, like, you could still do mouse minigames online individually, so I don't know why they're restricting the Carnival Coaster mode. I think that could easily work online. And with Bowser Live, all they'd have to do is take your webcam from game chat and just put it over, like, your character there. Like Mario Kart, when you're playing online, you could, like, see other people's faces. And then even Mario Party, when you're playing online, like, that we'll talk about in a little bit, like another part of Jamboree TV, it could show, like, everyone's faces when you're playing online. So I think it's weird that they have Bowser Live restricted to, like, only local play. I just think that's kind of weird and limiting, because I'd love to play this with Marcus, like Bowser Live and Carnival Coaster, but unfortunately, we are 10,000 miles away.
So yeah, it's kind of been very weird to see Carnival Coaster and Bowser Live is only restricted to one player only. So I guess maybe this could become in the future a patch where they allow certain limited stuff, since yeah, Carnival Coaster is just mainly mouse controls. Yeah, there will be a little bit of a lag, but I think it should be just work just fine. It just only add more even fun, or maybe because it is just like it's way too limited, or maybe even in the Bowser Live, like even if at best they should have allowed us to do online as well and using the microphone feature.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I hope that Nintendo Cube is gonna working this thing out. Maybe in the future patch, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, hopefully we can able to play these two modes online, or at least Bowser Live at best would be the microphone feature. So yeah, that is just like how I think about this two not being online, but the party mode. So
yeah, because with with those two modes, like I said, I think they could definitely work online. So, and with Super Mario Party, that got an online update in 2021. I'm sorry, I was thinking of the original release of Super Mario Party, but 3 years after Super Mario Party released, that got an update to add online support for the boards. So I think they could easily do that here with the modes that don't have online support in Jamboree TV, so I definitely hope to see a future update for that. And another thing that we actually can play online are the new modes for Mario Party. And it's also nice to see like a visual upgrade for Mario Party as well, since when playing in Jamboree TV, it does get upgraded to 1440p, or otherwise known as 2K, which is pretty nice. I would have liked 4K, and I think they could easily do that with DLSS upscaling, but 1440p is still definitely pretty good, I would say. And the new modes that they added for Mario Party are pretty fun. So they added Frenzy roles and tag team roles. Tag team roles are kind of similar to like the team matches and tag battles in like the older games, like especially in like the GameCube Mario Party games, where it basically splits the players into teams of 2. And in this game, it shares their coins, stars, and items. So I definitely think that's a pretty good mode to have. A lot of people wanted that mode back when Jamboree originally released, so it's really nice to see it here. I'm glad that they finally added it back. And another mode that I played with Marcus last night is Frenzy Rolls, and this basically puts the game into like a home stretch status. It like only has 5 turns. All players have 1 star, 50 coins, double dice, and it has like a different event at the start as well. So I think it's pretty fun. I also like that it uses a wacky watch from Mario Party 3 as the icon. I think that's a pretty cool throwback, since wacky watch basically like set the game to 5 turns when you used it. It is one of the most broken items in the series. So I think it's pretty funny that they reference that with the Frenzy Mode icon. But Frenzy Mode is pretty fun, and I feel like it does slightly alleviate one of the criticisms that I have with Jamboree, and that is the fact that the games last too long. Because if you want a faster paced mode in the game that doesn't last as long, that lasts about like 30 to 45 minutes, I think Frenzy Mode is definitely a good alternative here. It would have been nice if they did speed up the regular games a little bit, or have the option to turn off Jamboree Buddies, because sometimes that slows down the games a little bit, but having a mode that is shorter and faster paced is nice to have. So it is nice that we have that option there.
Yeah, like frenzy rules are literally like the best. I think this is, if you have like if you don't really want it to have wasted a lot of time, then frenzy rules is definitely the best option there, because it is essentially the home stretch Mario Party. Like like the thing is actually done in like within less than an hour or so.
Yeah.
Like just like what we did during the Reese stream during the midnight, of course, like yesterday before today's recording. So yeah, I think it should be it really useful for those who have like an hour or two max while on the hangout or everything.
So the new modes that they added to Mario Party are pretty fun. And one other thing that they added that is one of the standout features is the fact that you have the camera in Mario Party, and I guess Jamboree TV as a whole, basically as like your icon the whole time, and it just shows like a little face cam. I think that's pretty cute, and I think it's pretty funny how they kind of like insert it into everything, and it can definitely make for some funny moments. Like I remember like back during like the award ceremony at the end of the game, like the results, like it showed like a little replay of me getting a star and like freaking out. I thought that was really funny that they did that. So I definitely think the camera functionality is pretty funny here.
Yeah, like of course, because yeah, the camera functionality in the game is quite superbly amazing, but it could be really amazing if we have all 4 of us in the camera in the game as well. So yeah.
But on top of the things that we like about this, there are also some gripes that I have as well, because it was kind of set up kind of weirdly, just with what Jamboree TV is exactly. Because there are some very weird limitations and some disappointing things that this is lacking, that definitely turn this mode off for a lot of people. Or I guess this add-on as a whole. And one weird thing is game share. Because game share is extremely limited. Like, you could only play it in handheld mode. You could only play Mega Wiggler's Tree Party, which is absolutely ridiculous. And you could only play 30 minigames. I'm like, what is even the point of that? Like, just connect your controllers to the host Switch or Switch 2. I don't really think there's any point to playing this game with game share, because there is like no replay value here, because every time you play, it is literally going to be the same thing. So I just think it's really weird. I can kind of understand why they would restrict it, kind of like DS download play. Sometimes in like Mario Kart DS, they'd force you to play as like a Shy Guy, or they would do other things too sometimes, or they'd only have certain modes online. But they locked basically the whole game down here and only let you play on one single tiny sliver of the game, which is just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I think they should at least let you play on the other boards, like maybe restrict the characters that you use, like maybe they could have like colored Shy Guys or something like that. I wouldn't even mind the 30 minigame limit if you could play on the other boards, because at least there would be more variety there. Limiting it this much basically makes this worthless, I would say.
I know, right? Like, yeah, the game share thing on the Super Mario Party Jamboree is kind of a bit pointless because, like you said before, there is only limited to that big caterpillar thing, and of course 30 mini games. But which actually this essentially means that yeah, I would rather like get other all my friends there to get the the Jamboree Switch 1 edition copy to my friends, those who have like Switch 1, and we just like hog into the online. I think that would be like the best option to it as well.
Isn't there there local play as well? Like you could connect them like together. Like I'm not sure, but
yes. Yeah, something like that. Either we go with the multiplayer online or the local multiplayer online. That would be like the only best option available. So,
but yeah, there's like literally no point to game share. I feel like they really just included it just to have it because the Switch 2 can do that. Like it kind of feels like a shoo-in to me. It doesn't really feel like something that was actually thought out well, like how Bonanza I actually think Bonanza's game share makes sense. Like because it's kind of like a little co-op thing, and it would make sense that the second player on another device would be a little limited with Pauline's controls, but it's kind of like showing them the game and they can like play it a little bit. I think that's actually a pretty good use of it. But Jamborees just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't even have online. I mean, I would at least understand it a little bit if it had online too, but it doesn't. So it is just really weird.
It just makes the online multiplayer look good.
Yeah.
It just makes the online multiplayer look good. So
yeah,
compared to the Bonanza, yes, I can play it as small lane, which is kind of fun because you can just like spamming the controller and at some point even almost ruining the possibility of getting a banana.
And the funny thing is, the only reason you'd have that impression of the game is because you actually connected on with me through game chat, through game share, and you played it with me a little bit. So you actually got to experience a little bit of the game through that. So I definitely think that's a much more effective use, I would say, since you could actually do it online and you were playing with me from 10,000 miles away.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. But another thing that I have a problem with the Jamboree upgrade for Switch 2 is the lack of new boards and characters. Like, that is what Nintendo Cube has been pushing quite a lot with Jamboree. It has the biggest cast of characters in Mario Party, while also bringing back fully the classic board designs. I know I had it in Superstars too, but this is the first game in quite a while that we got brand new boards in the classic Mario Party style. So it would have been perfect if we got even more boards. Like, even if we got like one new board in this, I think it would have been fine. Like add like Waluigi Island or Chilly Waters from Mario Party 3, or if they wanted to do something like a little closer to the theme of the game, then maybe Toad's Midway Madness from Mario Party 4, since we could get like a GameCube board in there. That would have been really cool. But just like at least one or two new boards would have been nice. It definitely would have gotten a lot of the longtime Mario Party fans to kind of get back into Jamboree if they kind of stopped playing it after a while. So it's just really weird that they didn't do that, because I remember back with Superstars, people were clamoring for DLC specifically with boards and characters. They didn't do that, but now we are technically getting DLC for a Mario Party game, and we aren't getting any boards at all. It's just really weird. I know Jamboree has no lack of boards. Like, it definitely has a very good amount of boards, like with 7 boards, a couple classic boards, mostly modern boards. I think it's pretty good, the selection that we have, but it would have been nice if we got a new board. Like, they could have even made it themed around one of the new Switch 2 games releasing, like Donkey Kong Bonanza. If we got like an underground world themed board there, maybe based on different like layers in Donkey Kong Bonanza, and have like fractones like in the shops and different things, and you collected Bananium gems instead of stars, and then like instead of like the Boo, you have like Void Kong stealing your Bananium gems. that it would have been really cool. I wish they would have done something like that, but it's just weird. The
Yeah.
classic Mario Party content that we got, and also the lack
Or maybe they're gonna save it for the next Mario Party.
yeah.
Wait, sorry.
I was gonna say yeah.
Maybe they're gonna save it for the next Mario Party game.
Yeah, but that's gonna be another 2.5 to 3 years from now, probably. So they should have at least thrown us a bone here.
Speaking of the ports, I think we should. I think they need to add more characters into the Jamboree TV. I swear to the goodness.
Yes.
Back in Super Mario Party, back in the original Super Mario Party, we have like a lot of characters like Boom Boom and Diddy Kong. But somehow in Jamboree, the sequel to the original Super Mario Party, those guys are gone. There's no Diddy Kong because probably because of something else, which I'll never know.
But we'll not get into it.
Or maybe why they didn't. Or maybe they're gonna bring in like, okay, we're gonna have the currently we have the unfunkified Donkey Kong, but where is Funky Kong? Like if they add a Funky Kong, that would be crazy.
Funky Kong
we have
would be
all the Kongs available over here.
Yeah, and not to mention like all of the spin-off characters. Like add Geno, add like Professor Egad, add the characters from Bonanza as well. Hey, even like Small Lean would be pretty funny to play as. Just like all these, like just do what Mario Kart World did and add like a ton of crazy characters as well. It would have been perfect for like an update like this. Just, I definitely, it would have gotten a decent amount of people back into the game, even if they added like a few new characters and things. I think that would have been like a pretty cool thing to add. So it's just a little disappointing that they didn't add anything new on that end. But yeah, so Jamboree TV, I think it's a pretty fun add-on to Jamboree, but I do feel like it should have done a little more.
Yeah, of course, I agree because it kind of felt a little bit of lacking for me, but still, it is quite fun. It's a really good addition for it's like the camera feature in the Mario Party is a really good addition. But maybe they are gonna save like a very special feature, probably for the next iteration of Mario Party, which we will never know until at least 2027.
Yeah.
So we'll just wait and see. But in the end, still, it is a very good intro for the functionality for the Switch 2. Even though yes, this is the DLC for the Nintendo Switch 1 game, of course. But I just hope that it's going to be doing a little bit better, or maybe we could like in the future we could able to see like, imagine the next Mario Party like it has a 4K support and everything, but I'll just wait and see and what is the next iteration of Mario Party going to be look like. So but still, we're still going to have fun on the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Jamboree. So we could have like maybe we're going to do a lot of more of this. So
yeah. And I would say, if you think of Jamboree TV as kind of like a tech showcase of the Switch 2, kind of like Nintendo Land, with a Mario Party update included in it, then I think it's pretty fun, if you kind of think about it that way. And I honestly think it's a much better technical showcase of the Switch 2 than Welcome Tour is. I mean, like, I know Welcome Tour does show off the features of the Switch 2, but Jamboree TV is much more fun. Honestly, I would have liked if they, like, packaged the new modes of Jamboree TV, like Bowser Live, Carnival Coaster, and the mouse minigames, into, like, its own little thing. Called it, like, Mario's, Switch 2 Party, or something like that. Maybe call it something a little different than Mario Party, just so it doesn't confuse people, like, longtime fans and things. Like, something like that. Like, maybe Mario, or Mario Live or something like that, like kind of like a game show kind of theme there, and package that as like a little launch title instead of the Welcome Tour. I think that would have been a much better, like, little technical showcase, kind of like Wii Sports or Nintendo Land. I think that would have been received a lot better, and people wouldn't have been as confused why we're getting a bunch of random modes in Mario Party Jamboree. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on this mode overall. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to go subscribe to Marcus as well. And make sure to check out my Discord server and Blue Sky if you want to. Stay perky!
See you later!